Chapter 1, Assignment 3, Mega Night School. Question 1, calculate the total fees. So if we have a spreadsheets class with 25 people in it and the fee is 160 per person, then the total fees will be the 25 multiplied by the 160. So we will do that by saying equal B4 multiplied by C4 and press enter to have that accepted. Question 2 says calculate total hours. So again, we do the total hours for spreadsheets. That's 15 classes and 2 hours per class. So that's equal to E4 multiplied by F4. And we press enter. Question 3 says calculate the total wages. So that's in the bottom section here. The total wages for spreadsheets, the teacher for spreadsheets is paid 34.5 per hour and they work the number of hours for spreadsheets. So that's equal to P9 multiplied by G4 and we press enter to have that accepted. And then question 4 says calculate the profit. So the income from the spreadsheets class is given in D4 and the expenditure in the spreadsheets class is given in C9. So the profit will be the income minus the expenditure. So that is equal to D4 minus C9. And we press enter to have that accepted. Question 5 says copy all formulas using fill down. So the formula for spreadsheets total fees, we will use fill down to copy that formula to database and word processing. We do the same for total hours. We do the same for total wages. We do the same for profit. So remember to use fill down. You highlight the cell with the formula in it. You move your cursor until it's on top of the little fill handle on the corner of the active cell. Put your finger down on the mouse button and move your cursor down and lift your finger off the mouse button, and that's fill down. Question 6 says format all money amounts to currency using the accounting number format button. So what is currency? What needs currency here? The course fees. So we go back to our home tab and the button that looks like cash. We do the same for total fees. We do the same for hourly rate, total wages and profit. So when they're in a block like that, you can highlight the block. Question 7 says format headings to bold as shown. So the main heading, Mega Night School, should be in bold. The headings for the little panel that refers to income, all of those should be in bold. And same for expenditure, all of those should be in bold. Question 8 says adjust column widths to display data as shown. So you might notice in the textbook that the headings class size, course fee, total fees, hourly rate and total wages are all what we would call wrapped text, meaning they appear on 2 or more lines within the cell. The reason ours do not have that wrapped text is our columns are actually wide enough to take the full headings. But if we altered those column widths, we will see the need for wrapped text. So first of all, I'm going to highlight column B by clicking on the B tile. Hold down the Shift key, highlight column C and column D. Now I'm going to narrow the width of those 3 columns that I have highlighted. So to do that, I will go into the Home ribbon, I will go to the Format button, I drop down the menu, I choose column width, and I'm going to choose the width 9. So I click on 9 and press OK. We now have our columns are too narrow to accommodate the headings. They're also too narrow to accommodate some of the numbers, but I will deal with that in a minute. So if I highlight B3, hold down the Shift key on your keyboard and then highlight D3, I have highlighted the 3 column headings from class size, course fee, and total fees. So I'm going to make those wrap text. So again, on the home ribbon, you have the wrap text button. And when you click on that, it makes the words fit the column width. I'll do the same with hourly rate, total wages, and profit. Click wrap text. Now we do have a slight problem in that our numbers are not showing properly because some of our columns are not wide enough to show them. We also have a problem with the numbers. When we adjusted the columns to make them narrower, they meant that some of the numbers couldn't be shown properly. So I need to adjust column C and column D so that they are wide enough to take the widest thing within the column. So if I highlight column C by clicking on the tile for C at the top of the column, I can adjust the column width to what they call auto fit, the widest thing within the column. And I can do that by moving the mouse button across until it is between the C and the D and is showing a double-headed arrow. And if I really quickly double click, it will adjust the column to be exactly the right width to take the widest thing within the column. Another way of doing the same thing is to highlight column D and do it through the menu Home, Format, Autofit Column Width. That's question 8 done. Question 9 asks us to center the data in columns B to G. So I can highlight columns B to G by highlighting the tile for B and clicking it, hold down the Shift key on the keyboard, highlight the tile for column G, and now I have all my columns from B to G highlighted. And to center information within those columns, I will go to my Home tab and my left align, center align, right align. So we go to our centered button on the ribbon. Question 10 says, use the decrease decimals button to adjust the course fee, total fees, total wages, and profit amounts to 0 decimal places. So when we asked for the format to be a counting format, it gives us to the nearest cent. But we don't want that in this particular case. So we can adjust the number of decimal places to 0 decimal places. So if I highlight the 3 course fees, on the home ribbon, there are 2 little buttons here called increase decimal and decrease decimal, and we want decrease decimal. So the first time we click it, it reduces the decimal places to 1, and the second time we click it, it reduces the decimal places to 0 decimal places. And we'll do the same for D4 to D6. We'll do the same for total wages. And we'll do the same for profit. Question 11 then asks us to change the hourly rate for database classes to 40 euros per hour. So the database classes, the hourly rate for the tutor or teacher at the moment says 38.50. We want that to say 40. So again, when you're typing in a number, do not type in the euro sign. That's done through the formatting function on the spreadsheet. So type in 40 and press enter, and let's check. Total wages for database is now 1,600, correct. Profit for database is now 2,400, correct. And now we're just going to save this spreadsheet.